Hi, I'm Lucy. Welcome to my instructional guide on how I taught my dog Raven to do a retrieve. Before starting, I selected a quiet, familiar and distraction-free environment to use as my training area. This helped set Raven up for success. She had access to water throughout the sessions and the ability to leave the room if she desired. Training sessions were carried out when Raven's appetite was satiated and she was in a relaxed state. I avoided times where she was hot or breathless due to the necessity for her to close her mouth. This eliminated any potential discomfort. I used an established marker, which was this, and a novel article, which is this, which is easy to hold, and a salient primary reinforcer. I used kibble initially, however, I did have to increase the saliency partway through as Raven lost a bit of enthusiasm when learning the hold. Her dinner amount was adjusted accordingly. Raven has been diagnosed with generalised anxiety. It's characterised by abnormal repetitive behaviours such as digging, fly snapping and shadow chasing. Frustration can be a trigger for her ARBs, and so training sessions were kept very short. An average of 2 minutes and very small successive approximations were used. The most important part of a retrieve is that the dog is bringing the article back to the handler's hand. So I trained this part of the process first and then work backwards. This process is called back chaining. So, part 1, training the hold. Any interaction with the article is marked at this stage, helping to create a positive association. I'm now going to mark for any mouth opening behaviours that occur around the article. Now that she's putting it in her mouth, I'm marking her for when her mouth closes down on the article. I'm waiting for stillness and clicking when her mouth is closed. Cueing and reinforcing known behaviours help to maintain Raven's motivation. I varied how long she held the article between clicks to build duration. Part 2, picking up the article. Next, I trained Raven how to pick up the article from the floor. Remember, she's got a really strong reinforcement history of having the article in her mouth, so as soon as she saw it, she picked it up. It's really important that the clicks come when her mouth is firmly shut on the article. If Raven hadn't have picked up the article straight away, I would have had to have lowered my criteria and just clicked for any interaction with the article. For part 3, we're just going to chain those two behaviours together. Having the article directly below my hand makes it really easy for Raven to go straight from one behaviour to the next. I gradually moved the article further away from my hand as Raven became more fluid with the behaviour chain. Now for the final part, adding the cue. The cue word needs to be given immediately before Raven performs the behaviour. Releasing Raven's collar prompts her to perform the behaviour. The new cue needs to be introduced just before releasing her collar. Retrieve. Here, Raven responds exclusively to the verbal cue and positively targets my hand with the article.